Node.js, one of world's most popular technology to build scalable network application. Influenced by rubbish event machine and Python's twisted, Node can serve thousands of requests concurrently, thanks to an asynchronous event-driven non-blocking nature of platform. Today, Node has become huge ecosystem and used by millions of developers around the world. Node.js is the foundation for hundreds of new libraries, frameworks, and tools that are launched every month. With Node, web developers could build full-stack applications for various platforms such as web, mobile, desktop, IoT, and more. Did you ever wonder about the origins of this amazing technology? JavaScript was not even in the picture when it all began. Node.js had to overcome many challenges and obstacles to survive and thrive. Let's take a look at the fascinating and inspiring story of Node.js. Behind this powerful technology, there is one genius and brilliant programmer, Rehan Dal from San Diego, who was pursuing PhD in one special branch of math from University of Rochester. One day, he got bored of it because he didn't want to be a mathematician for the rest of his life. So he dropped the PhD program and bought one-way ticket to South America with very little money in his pocket, where he made living by teaching English, and along the way he found some web dev gigs. He explored PHP and Ruby and found his passion for web development. He often used Ruby framework Rails, but was disappointed by its poor performance with concurrent requests. The applications were too slow and consumed all the CPU power. From today's point of view, it looks very trivial, but the idea of Node.js was sparked by simple yet frustrating problem. In 2005, Dal wanted to make a sleek progress bar for file uploads, but the tools he had at his disposal were clumsy and inefficient. For small files, he used HTTP, and for big ones, he used FTP. To check the status of the upload, he used long polling, a technique where the client keeps asking the server through long-lasting connection. He wasn't satisfied with this solution and decided to create something better. After South America, Rehan moved with his girlfriend to Germany. Rehan started going to the Ruby conferences there, where people were talking about this new paradigm of model view controller. There, he met a guy, Chris Newkirchen, who had created REC, a project that simplified web servers into single function interface that get a request and return a response. During this time, Rehan was working as a freelancer on Nginx module, where everything was asynchronous. He was intrigued by how REC and Nginx could work together with their non-blocking I/O approach, and that's how he got the idea for Node.js. Initially, Rehan thought to use C language to implement the solution, but soon he realized using C language for a web has big disadvantage, and very few developers were enthusiastic about it. So, Rehan kept looking for a better programming language to solve his problem and stumbled upon functional programming languages like Haskell. Haskell's magic was in its non-blocking input-output, which meant that reading and writing data didn't stop the program from running. This made the language single-threaded at its heart and avoided headaches of parallel programming. No need to worry about synchronizing resources or dealing with parallel threads runtime. But he still felt something was missing and searched for other alternatives. During this period, there was fierce competition between tech giants to create fast, powerful, and best browser to become market leader. This was good news for JavaScript engines, which kept getting faster and more powerful. The teams behind each major browser were always striving to improve the performance, which also boosted JavaScript as a platform. V8, the engine that runs Node.js and Chrome browser. Rehan discovered Google's V8 engine in 2009 and was impressed by its speed and robustness. Rehan finally found the perfect solution for his problem, JavaScript. He saw that this scripting language could do everything he wanted. JavaScript had been around on the web for a long time, so it had powerful engines and a lot of developers. In January 2009, he started working on his own version of server-side JavaScript, which was the beginning of Node.js. He also liked that JavaScript was not designed for this purpose. There was no web server in JavaScript, no way to handle files in file system, and no socket to talk to other applications or systems. These were all advantages for JavaScript as the foundation for platform for interactive web applications because it was blank slate and there were no wrong choices yet. The architecture of JavaScript also supported this idea. The use of top-level functions gave a lot of flexibility in development and allowed functional solutions. He then picked some other libraries besides the JavaScript engine, which was in charge of interpreting the JavaScript source code, and combined them into one platform. In September 2009, Isaac Schluter joined him and started working on package manager for Node.js that would become NPM later on. After working non-stop for many months, Ryan had put all the pieces together and made the first working example on the new Node.js platform. But he needed to show it to the world. He also needed to find some sponsors to support his work on Node.js because he was running out of money. He could not keep working on it without help. He decided to go to the JavaScript conference Europe in November 2009 in Berlin and present his creation. And that decision was a make or break moment. If the presentation went well and he got some sponsor, he could keep working on Node.js. If not, it would be end of his dream. But fortunately, he gave an inspiring talk and challenged traditional multi-threaded solutions. In his talk, Ryan showed how easy it was to create a fully fledged web server with just few lines of JavaScript code. He also showed an example of how to make an IRC server. The source code for that demo was only about 400 lines. He used this example to show how Node.js worked and what it could do. And he impressed the audience with it. The presentation caught the attention of Joint, a company that offered software and services for hosting and cloud infrastructure. Joint decided to sponsor Node.js and make it part of its open source software portfolio. It also offered Node.js to its customer as a hosting option. Ryan got a job at Joint and became a full-time developer for Node.js from then on. Gradually, Node started getting attention around the world, also attracted many criticism as well. Ryan never wanted Node to be a massive API. He wanted it to be this kind of small, compact code that people could build module on top of. Ryan worked on Node.js since 2009. He decided to leave the project in 2012 and hand it over to NPM creator and former Joint employee, Isaac Schluter. Ryan wanted to focus on research projects and didn't enjoy fixing bugs every day. He also admitted that he made some mistake with Node.js. He later created Deno, a new JavaScript runtime, and that fixed some of the problems with Node.js. Many people criticize him for not keeping his original promise, but Ryan has this rare gut to admit publicly the drawbacks of Node.js. Despite being creator of Node, he showed us many times that Node is not the best technology to create server-side applications. Node.js entered a new era in January 2014 when Schluter passed the leadership to DJ Fontaine. Schluter wanted to focus on his own venture, NPM.js, the home of NPM repository. Fontaine wasted no time and launched version 0.12 in February 2014, but many developers were still waiting for the elusive version 1.0, which they felt was necessary for Node.js to be taken seriously by enterprises. Some developers also felt disillusioned with Joint, the company that had been supporting Node.js since Ryan's departure. They decided to break away and forge their own path with IOJS, a fork of Node.js that promised more innovation and autonomy. This sparked a reaction from Node.js community, which formed the Node.js Foundation in February 2015 to reunite the two platforms. Meanwhile, version 0.12 of Node.js was still going strong. In June 2015, IOJS and Node.js buried the conflict and joined the forces under the Node.js Foundation. They celebrated their reunion with version 4 of the project. Now Node.js was a collaborative effort of committee within the Node.js Foundation rather than solo act. This means more frequent updates and stable version with long-term support. 2017 was breakthrough year of Node.js and its users. There were 8.8 million Node instances online with 3 billion packages downloads every week. The community grew to 1500 contributors and Node got more than 40,000 stars on GitHub. From there, Node ecosystem is continued to be bigger and bigger. Node.js has grown from simple runtime to a thriving ecosystem with diverse and active community of developers and contributors. Node.js is now used by developers and companies across the globe to create various kinds of applications, from small web services to large enterprise systems. The Node.js ecosystem also offers a wide range of modules and packages that extend its functionality such as databases, web frameworks, and more. This rich ecosystem has made Node.js one of most popular and widely used development technologies in the world. I would love to hear from you friends in the comments what kind of applications you have built with it. Node.js has many factors that contribute to its success, such as low entry barriers for beginners, project contributors, JavaScript community, V8 engine, and thousands of developers and organizations that supported Node.js. As of now, Node.js is governed by non-profit OpenJS Foundation, which also governs many popular JavaScript projects like jQuery, Express, Webpack, and many more. If you are still curious to know more about the Node.js, I am leaving reference links in the description. Hope you like this beautiful journey of Node.js. If you have any feedback for this video, please do share in comment below. I would like to end this video with one simple but often overlooked advice of Ryan for many developers and startups.